I asked her to not record me, and she didn't respect that.
Well, here's the problem. Where were you standing?
What was that?
Where were you standing when that happened?
Right over the door of the meat property.
The problem is that
it was harassment.
The problem is that you were in public.
Sorry, one more time.
The problem is that you were standing in the public view.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like
But as soon as I ask her, I don't want her recording me.
You're standing in the public view, and I know it's frustrating, and it's.
I don't want to be on her YouTube channel either.
Neither do I, but we're in the public view, right? And
is that a form of harassment, though? It's got to be.
I think some people, I mean, based upon
If you asked over and over and they keep provoking.
So based upon the calls we got, I think a lot of people feel harassed by it, but I don't think there's a legal case to be made for actually harassing, right? Because she's standing in the public view. I know that a lot of people express that they feel annoyed and harassed by her, but I don't think it meets the legal definition of a crime.
You're not even wearing your mask correctly. Just take the damn thing off.
You don't even have one on, sir.
What the fuck did I need one for?
Why are you criticizing my mask if you aren't even wearing one?
Wow, really?
Yeah, really. Bye, officer. I'm going to move right now. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Bye, Susan. Hey. So it's easier for you to get out.
This is Susan Bassey, and 5 years ago, we began investigating California's family courts. The relationship between the judges, the lawyers, and the police officers, which felt a lot like the culture we're seeing in videos regarding police these days, but where there were no cameras in the courts. And when I recorded police in the courthouse, my hand was broken, and so we began investigating the criminal courts as well. And the relationship between the criminal courts and the family courts where domestic violence is involved, and where divorce attorneys in these cases are making a lot of money, often $50,000 to $100,000 more in these cases. And if you have to represent yourself where there is no video, and there's just the word of you and your former spouse, or you and a police officer, the judge is almost always going to believe the police officer. And if you have to represent yourself in court because you don't have the money to hire a lawyer, people often describe that this is what it feels like, and this is what it looks like, where there are no cameras in those courtrooms.
Lay on your stomach. Keep your hands up. If you put your hands towards your waistband, force will be used against you. Lay on your stomach. Lay down. Shots fired.
10-4, shots fired.
All right.
Ready? I got contact.
728, we will be stepping up, place him on custody. We're going to need any additional field units?
People have always had disputes in their lives. Sometimes they punch it out and have a disagreement and get over it. But when you're in family court, the police will come after an incident like this. They'll write a report, and whatever they write down, even if they didn't see it, is going to be what the judge is going to believe and what is going to determine how these issues are resolved. Now that every American has a phone in their hand with a camera on it, they can make a decision about whether to record police or whether to record in public. They can also make a decision about when it's appropriate to call the police.
And I got you on video that you're destroying my car. Thank you.
Get the fuck out of this neighborhood, you fucking shit.
Yep. Cool, lady.
Call the police.
I'm calling. Don't worry.
So we may not be able to do something about what's going on all over the country, but we can do something about what's going on in our own communities. And since I'm based in Los Gatos and I'm a local publisher and investigative reporter, I focus on the businesses. My sources are here, and one of my sources, connected with the Los Gatos Police Department, told me that the Santa Clara County District Attorney was selectively prosecuting businesses for reopening during the global pandemic. And since I know something about this district attorney and his selective prosecutions, I decided to investigate, and that meant recording in public.
I know Gavin Newsom wanted us to flatten the curve, but I can't flatten my income.
Mary Gershio is going against Santa Clara County's health order at her gift store out of the envelope in the city of Los Gatos' main drag. Customers are browsing and shopping inside.
I was fed up a long time ago, but now I'm really fed up.
The store closed in March with sales down 98% and no assistance from the government. Mary took matters into her own hands, reopening earlier this month.
You're allowed to walk into Safeway and you're allowed to walk into a lot of places, and you know, they've got their guidelines in place. We have the same guidelines.
Inside the store, everyone must wear a mask, a limit of 3 customers inside at one time. Shoppers asked to stay 6 feet apart.
We understand what to do and how to do it, and I don't think we need government to tell us how to do this.
Hey, bud, how you doing?
My name's Susan Bassey. You can tell it to them. They know it. If you bump into me, sir, I'll have it on video and I'll sue you for assault. I don't hurt my dog.
Oh, I didn't see your dog.
Oh, really?
Oh, sorry.
So after assaulting me 2 times and kicking my dog, this man was so offended that I was recording in public that he called the police. He felt so threatened that he grabbed his lunch and went about his day. The officer who responded to his call was Officer Hoyt. Officer Hoyt is familiar to me because I recorded him on a public sidewalk doing a 5150 arrest just 3 months earlier. I'm also aware that Officer Hoyt has before him a public corruption case involving Judge James Towery, a case that dates back to 2012 and involves human trafficking, sexual violence, and child abuse. And yet for the over $200,000 a year, we don't get quite the same service from Officer Hoyt in those cases as we do for recording in public. And this is what retaliation looks like. This is what it looks like when police officers are paid over $200,000 a year and they have close relationships with the local district attorney, family law attorneys, and judges who sit in our local courts.
Do you have any comment on allowing businesses to open when Jeff Rosen ordered you to arrest them?
Not at all.
Do you know about selective prosecution?
If you want a statement from the department, I know as a self-proclaimed journalist, Susan, you know how to get that, right?
Did you just call me a self-proclaimed journalist?
That's what you have said you are.
Oh no, I've said I'm a journalist. I never said I was a self-proclaimed journalist.
Well, it kind of means the same thing, I think.
Really? Is that like being a self-proclaimed cop?
Sure, except I'm licensed.
Yeah.
Susan, I'm going to take off. Is there anything else you need?
No, nothing. Your
Okay.
name?
It's Corporal Hoyt. It's on the ticket I just gave you.
Okay, I need your name and badge number, please.
It's again, it's on the ticket I just gave you.
I'm asking for your name and badge number.
It's Corporal
I don't
Hoyt,
have strong
badge
enough.
74.
File a complaint and a report on this.
I know it's frustrating, and it's.
I don't want to be on our YouTube channel either.
Neither do I, but we're in the public view.
Officer, I'm going to need your name and badge number because you filmed me and I want to be able to get those records.
What's that?
I'm going to need your name and badge number, and And also, officer, you did a very nice job with him. Very nice job on your training. I'm getting you guys' training, and these are difficult issues, and I appreciate that. He did a really good job today. Nice job on trying to get him to talk. Mental health and homeless are clearly issues in our community, and we all got to figure out how to address them. Thank you, officer.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. You are Officer
Low. L-O-W.
Lowe. Thank you.
No fun.
And you are Officer Vaughn.
Okay.
And you are.
Officer Hoyt.
And how did you know who I was?
You've written to me before.
What did I write to you about?
Various different things.
Branadini?
I don't know who that person is.
Jennifer Branadini and the hit and run on Blossom Hill Avenue?
I don't recognize the name, but when was
I don't think I've written to Los Gatos Police before.
you wrote to the Los Gatos Police Officers Association?
Officer Hoyt could never show that I wrote to the Los Gatos Police Officers Association because I never did. And it was interesting to me that he would make up that lie in order to justify how he recognized me on a public sidewalk. I do know, however, that the Los Gatos Police Officers Association endorsed the local district attorney, Jeff Rosen, who has been in office for over 10 years, and who has a record of not prosecuting bad cops, bad lawyers, or judges who obstruct justice and rig cases, as they did rig traffic court cases back in early 2000. And as a result, Jeff Rosen is letting lawyers and their clients in family court commit crimes with impunity.
I haven't committed a
Why are
crime.
you afraid?
You're not an officer of the
Why are
law.
you afraid?
I'm not.
Well, then tell me your name.
I don't have to tell you my name.
You're afraid.
I'm not afraid to tell you my name because I don't need to give it to you.
Well,
What's your-
if you're recording me and I find out, I'm going to file a criminal
I
complaint.
am recording you. I'm telling you right now. I don't have to tell you anything.
You do not have my permission.
I don't need your permission on public property. Did you know that?
Got it.
And I am investigating Officer Silva's hiring and resignation.
I understand. Well,
Deputy, please don't get rid of any of those photographs you took of me on that phone. Was that a department phone or a personal phone?
that was my personal phone.
Okay, I'm going to need those records. I want to know what you did with my picture, and I want to know who's in your contact list.
Don't delete it.
Thank you.
Federal law if you.
Yeah, please don't delete it. I'm currently involved in a situation with the local district attorney, and that is now evidence in a criminal and a federal case.
Okay.
Nice job out there. I'm going to give him money so he can go get himself a meal and a shower. But what's that? I was going to give him money so he can take a hot shower and get a meal. But he wouldn't leave. Work done?
Yeah, I got enough. We're going to get your training. Appreciate it. Officer Lowe, you were the best today. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Peter DeSena, and I'm the Chief of Police at the Los Gatos Montesino Police Department.
An unequivocal order of the United States District Court, I hope that every American, regardless of where he lives, will stop and examine his conscience about this and other related incidents. This nation was founded by men of many nations and backgrounds. It was founded on the principle that all men are created equal, and that the rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened.